The big news yesterday was John Tavares signing for the Toronto Maple Leafs on a 7-year, $77 million US dollars deal. The Islanders obviously didn't offer him enough or offer him a deal that he was happy with, whereby they'll be contending as soon as possible. Toronto are a team that can now get into the playoffs. Whether they can actually get further than the first round is up for debate, but they've started getting back to the playoffs after many years of not being very, very good. What Lou Lamoriello did in his period at the Maple Leafs was repair the damage that the previous decades of mismanagement by GMs have done. Lou Lamoriello goes to the Islanders. Tavares hasn't sorted out his contract under Garth Snow. I think the arena issue was an issue, and I did debate whether Tavares would stay at the Islanders or whether he would move. And I thought the chances of him staying were reasonable, but the chances of him going were reasonable, about 50-50. But I actually thought he would go to San Jose. Tavares has not, I wouldn't say got a bad relationship with the media, but he doesn't like the media scrutiny in the sense that he's very reserved in front of the media, and he likes just to get on with the game and play with his teammates and play the game. The media speculation and the media intrusion in Toronto is going to be much bigger than what he had on Long Island. Now, I know the last few years they were playing in Brooklyn, but the Islanders, come on, they played at Nassau Coliseum when he first started there, so the media intensity is even higher than in the New York area in Toronto when it comes to ice hockey. There is no escaping it. That's a concern I have, is how he's going to deal with that media attention that he's not really had with the Islanders, because he's not a Ranger, he's an Islander, and they get less media attention in the New York area. Also, with the team that's been put together, there's a lot of youngsters there. Marner, Matthews, Van Riemsdyk's gone, Bozak's gone, so that's two of that young core have gone out, and he's now in there. He's going to be seen as a veteran presence on that team. Now, he has been a captain at the Islanders, so that shouldn't be alien to him. But I think the extra pressure on a Toronto player, we shall see how he deals with that. And whether he'll fit in with Babcock's style of play and the Matthews, Marner, Marlowe. Because Marlowe, yeah, he's a veteran player, but he's also fitted in very well with that team. So it's whether that Tavares can get a good working relationship from the get-go and a good rapport with his teammates very quickly. It's going to be very interesting when they go to pre-season camp. But I think he's at a team that can contend. He's at a team that, has improved markedly from when Lou Lamoriello went there as GM from the Devils. And it's ironic that Lou Lamoriello went the other way, and then Leo Komarov has gone the other way to the Islanders in the last few days. Very, very, very ironic. Obviously, the Maple Leafs offered him something he couldn't refuse. As a young boy, he grew up watching the Maple Leafs, and he has been a Maple Leafs fan all his life. And he said it's a dream come true. Now, whether he plays the whole 7 years at Toronto is another thing, because I know in this modern day of contracts, they are signed, but moves happen later on. So whether he stays the whole 7 years there is another thing entirely. But he said it's a dream come true to play for Toronto. He also thanks the Islanders organisation and fans for the great memories he's had since 2009, playing for the last 9 years in Long Island at the Islanders. So he's a man of he seems like the type of sportsman that I like. He's very, very down to earth, very respectful, and I'm very thankful for the fact that he's so privileged to be in the position he's in. The amount of money he's on, it's a privilege, not a right to be a pro sportsman. It is a privilege. That's my view on it. And he seems one of those types that I kind of like. The way he comes across, the way he deals with the media, he's one of those that I kind of like. He's very respectful of the opportunities he's been given, and he's respectful of the opportunity he's now been given. His boyhood team that he used to follow, and it's very interesting because he's done stuff for the Maple Leafs before. When the Marlies started up as their AHL affiliate, he was there at their jersey launch. He was there at their jersey launch as a junior hockey player. So there's a little bit tidbit of history. I am surprised San Jose didn't get him. I am also surprised some other teams weren't closer to signing him. Obviously, staying on the East Coast, he doesn't have to relocate his family that far from New York State to Ontario. So that's probably part of the thinking as well, is relocating his family. That's something else that people have to take into consideration. I think he's looking at what the Maple Leafs have in place compared to what the Islanders are trying to get in place. He knows he can play playoff hockey almost from the get-go with the Maple Leafs, with the strength and depth they now have. Whereas the Islanders, that's going to be a rebuilding project that's going to take a couple of years under Lou Lamoriello. And Lou Lamoriello is that type of guy. He will go back to basics and go, right, let's clear out some, let's get some new guys in, and that would have taken a long time. Obviously, the Islanders wanted to keep him, but they realised that his heart was no longer on Long Island; it was elsewhere. And the fact that in the end it was the Sharks and the Maple Leafs. The Sharks, contending team from the get-go, they're regularly in the playoffs. They're a strong playoff team. The Maple Leafs, they've got back to the playoffs now for 2 seasons in a row. They're now a playoff team. The Islanders, not close. Tavares wants to win, and it will take too long for the Islanders to be in the position to challenge in the playoffs than these other 2 contending teams. It came down to the offer he was given. The Maple Leafs could afford the offer they gave. It's big news because this has been rumbling on for over a year. This could have been quite easily settled earlier. The Islanders, I think, have mishandled Tavares, and they could be regretting this now for years to come. The fact they've lost out, they could regret this for a long time. It may not work in Toronto. We don't know how it's going to work in Toronto, but from on the surface, it's a damn good piece of business by Toronto. Really damn good piece of business. The Islanders, I think, have completely mishandled not just Tavares, but other players as well. And they've mishandled that roster completely for quite some time. They've lost some depth. And there are some players at Toronto that Tavares has played with before. So we shall see how he settles in. I expect him to do very, very well. There is the chance that, okay, he has been playing in the league now for 9 years. The league is getting younger and faster. There is a chance that it may not work out. It is a big amount of money, but this is the way the league's going. But there's always a risk. Without risk, there's no reward. So, we'll see how it is. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.